Welcome back to the Furious Phil Show, guys. This is the food portion, aka Food by Furious. I just received an email the other day. Somebody says, I'm going to leave her name out. I know her very well. Phil, I stumbled on one of your videos the other day on Facebook about mineral deficiencies, and a lot of it made sense to me. I've been working out for years, mostly doing spin classes, that's probably how I know her, and boot camps. Weight's only some of the time. I try my best to eat right, but I still feel like I'm hungry all the time, and yes, I still consider myself to be a little pudgy. Anyway, I've been hearing a lot about intermittent fasting and bulletproof coffee. I'm afraid that it might be too hard and or not work. What's your opinion on these techniques using bulletproof coffee? Do they work, and have you used them yourself? Well, intermittent fasting definitely works. I have tried it. I do it intermittently. You don't want to do it all the time. You do want to be a little bit cautious. It's good that you're working out so you have a good base. I don't recommend it to people that haven't worked out or really overweight. It's going to be too hard for you at first. What I do instead of the bulletproof coffee, I've tried it. The claims to me are, certain things work better for people, other people. So what I do instead is I get cacao powder. Doesn't matter the brand. This is a superfood. It's got a lot of minerals and zinc. I'll take, of course, the plant-derived minerals by Youngevity, cherry flavored in this case. I add it to my coffee, so I have it right away when I wake up at 7 or 8. I drink that before I leave the house, and I'll have a traveler mug that I'll drink at work, so I'm with my clients or whatever I'm going to do. And I'll go to usually 10:30 or 11 a.m. And I usually feel good, depending on the day. And I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. So you can try this technique. I would say 2 to 3 times for the first couple of weeks. See how you're working with it, and then maybe up it to 5 to 6 times. Don't do it every day. Reward yourself on Sunday, and just by omitting 5, 6, 7 meals a week, you should drop weight. What you don't want to do is necessarily overeat on your other 3 meals or 4. Although what I like to do is say my second meal of the day, let's say that's 4 or 5 o'clock, big piece of protein, chicken, whatever, beef, a lot of vegetables, and I'll load up a bit more in starch, from like sweet potato or something like that, and just not getting my starch for simple things like avoiding the pastas and breads, which we know that's it's one of our 10 commandments, right? In at Youngevity. So stumbling here a bit. I do this often enough that it does work some of the time. That is to say, your body is not going to respond if you do it all of the time. Some people just don't like to eat breakfast, and this is probably going to work really well for those people because they just can't be bothered, and it's really important. If it's kind of been debunked. If you don't need to eat 5 to 6 times a day. If you don't feel hungry, don't eat. That's probably a good sign. Now, are you not eating? Not to get too far off topic, but I think it's worth mentioning. Are you not eating because of your moods been suppressed because you're taking antidepressants? You just have a lot of stress. Some people are like that. That's also not good. But in ideal situations, this is a great technique. Definitely get your micronutrients. Another slightly gratuitous plug. The Beyond Tang and Tangerine is a really good go-to. I know a lot of you are buying your B vitamins, C vitamins, and you're going to buy vitamin D. That's all well and good, but by the time you add it all up, if you're like me, I don't like to make many trips to the store. So get the good stuff. Beyond Tang and Tangerine, there's the 2.0 now that's been out for a year or two. The ORAC value is higher, a lot more selenium, which is a good cancer fighter. You can sip on this throughout the day. You can even add, I thought I had it with me, some arginine, which is an amino acid, in case you don't know, and or glutamine. Sip on that slowly throughout the day. It's kind of going to act like an IV drip. And miraculously or not, you should find that you don't want to eat, that second or third meal or whatever, the extra 2 meals a day that you might otherwise eat. So let's say you're eating 6 times a day, all of a sudden 4 is fine, or even 3. So different strokes for different folks. This is what I do, works well for my clients. I tell a lot of people this. Do they necessarily do it? You're hanging out at a party, or having coffee at Starbucks or whatever. You don't have your minerals with you. The point is, somebody's picking your brain about this information. It's only useful if you give it a shot. And worst case scenario, if you fail, folks, well, at least you tried. I mean, if it's just like the only failure is just not trying. So you got to try different things. You don't want to starve yourself. Very important. What we call starving in North America, let's face it, it's not starving. We are starving from nutrients. Calories, no, not so much. Guys, I look forward to hearing from you. I love to, read emails, and I know I'm just starting at this, so I'm just starting to get the emails trickling in. If you have any questions or concerns, or you just want to say, hey, here's something that I do instead, I'd love to hear from you guys. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. It is Sunday. The sun was out. Anyhow, I want to go out there and just get a walk on this pre-spring day. So stay healthy, my friends. Let your wealth be your true wealth. You can look up Fury Phil. Furious Phil. Check out my Twitter, Furious Phil. You're going to see a guy with a big Moses beard. It's kind of a shticky thing. And just let me know. I post other things, political things, or whatever. It's just a free thinking platform. Fury Phil, that's Phil with 2 L's, @gmail.com. See you out there, guys.